If you find my video useful, please subscribe. Thank you.
All right, today I'm going to be showing you guys how to replace a ceiling fan. It's the same exact concept in a house. As long as there's an electrical box or a light of some kind, you can put it in a ceiling fan. So if you have a light or a ceiling fan in a room already, you can easily replace it with a different ceiling fan. All right, let's go ahead and get started. So as you can see, there's currently power to that electrical box. We want to go turn our breaker off so that we don't get electrocuted, all right? All right, so I know that this switch works my patio. Sometimes if you're not exactly sure which switch it is, just leave your ceiling fan or your light of your ceiling fan or the light that you're gonna replace with a fan on and turn off breakers until you find it turned off, all right? So now we just check, and as you can see, the light no longer turns on, the fan no longer turns on, that power box is dead, which means we can safely change this fan out. So the first step is to remove this housing so you can get to the attachment bolts. If this is a light, it's pretty easy, but some fans can be a little tricky. This one turns, and then it has these little screws, and then you can see that this thing just has to rotate, but it's probably too tight right now. And then this whole piece will drop off. All right, so we'll just take this cover off. Now we can get to the actual electrical box, and you can see that that screw and that screw are what are holding this in place. But first we want to detach all of our wires. All right, I've disconnected all the wires that are out of the way. That way when I disconnect these screws, this whole fan drops. I don't have to worry about the wires hanging on. So this one's kind of nice in the idea that you can lift this up and not have to have the whole bracket undone. So we're just gonna take this out of here now. All right, and then we can undo that bracket. All right, so wires, okay? Black is your hot wire. That's the one that's got power coming. White's your neutral. Green's your ground, okay? And red is usually gonna be a traveler wire or a second power supply, all right? Depending on your switch setup. All right, so we got all the pieces of the new fan laid out. So we can use the new fan manual to basically set up the new fan, but then I'll walk you through how to wire it and mount it, okay? So I already know based on the height of my fan that I need the longer extender so the fan hangs below that 2x6, but not so low that it's hitting my guest in the head. So we'll switch these two pieces to this, simply pull this pin out, install this there, run the cable up through the pole, and then we'll reattach this part to here. So it's just literally a stop screw, and then you take out this pin and we put it onto this piece. All right, so we took both those screws, loosened one, took the other out. This drops off. We can just put this on the new piece like this. Sorry, it's hard one-handed. Okay, and then you're gonna put your bar through that there, and then this just pulls up to it, and then you put back in your set screw that goes through those threads, and then you tighten this screw, which is a true set screw. It just tightens against the edge. So I just followed the instructions in the fan booklet, but this is our setup. We have the extension rod, we have the yoke cover, we have the screw cover, we have the main cover, and then we have our ball, and then our wiring's coming out the top. All right, so we're gonna put our mounting bracket right where the old one was. Screw that in, all right? All right, so our new bracket is mounted. Let's go ahead and put the fan up in here. All right, so wiring. There's 3 green wires, right? There's the green wire coming out of the wall. There's the green wire that goes to my base. And then I have a green wire that comes from my receiver because this is a remote control. Point is, all the green wires need to be attached to each other. So all 3 of them are right here. So let's go ahead and grab a cap and get these 3 tightened. All right, so we've connected all the green wires together. Now we have our white wire, which is our new. And then let's connect our black to our black right there. Now, some fans will be different. Some fans will have 2 power supplies because they have a light and they have the fan. Usually the blue is the fan. If you have 2 different switches that come up here, you could wire it so that one switch works the fan and one switch works the light, which is a lot of people, that's what they like to do. I didn't have to worry about that today because mine has a receiver and a remote, but just know that ones that come with the 2-wire system, you can wire them separate so that they power the fan and the light separate. Once all your wires are hooked up, we're gonna go ahead and get our cover on. So then we just tighten these screws up. And then in this model, the screw cover is just magnetic. So that'll go up there and sit right like that. And then we have to put in all 6 of our blades. Each have 3 mounting screws. And we put in our light and we're done.
If you find my video useful, please subscribe. Thank you.